It's Sports Frenzy! Sports Frenzy!
Glorious!
What's up, everybody? It is Season 7, Episode 11! Yeah, let's hear it, everybody! Thank you! Yes! Welcome once again, Facebook land, everybody that's out there with us tonight, or going to be joining us. I don't know if there's a lot of people joining us yet, but yes. Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's good to be back. How's it going, Rose?
It's going good. How are you doing?
I am doing better than I was, I should say. We apologize again for not getting a recap show out to you guys. I was sick as a dog. Sick as a dog. What does that even mean? Dogs aren't just naturally sick. But anyway, I was sick. I was down and out, and I took Monday off. I didn't even feel good enough to come to work, so... Didn't feel good enough to come to work. I didn't feel good enough to do a Sports Frenzy show. That's for sure.
There you go. I was very busy collecting leaves, so I think I total have to do probably 15 bags of leaves in my front yard that I have to get rid of tomorrow. So that will be my mission tomorrow.
For those of you in Facebook land, as you learned last week, this is a Friday show for those that watch the video. For those online, it'll be Thursday. So occasionally you'll hear us say these games are being played tonight. For Facebook land, those games are actually for Friday. So just so we're all clear on that. This is a little confusing, but that's all right. We got this.
It's like we're in two different realms.
We are in two different realms. It's two different worlds.
It is.
So anyway, You've had a busy week. I've had a busy week, but I do feel better. I couldn't even talk this good earlier in the week, and I had sinus congestion going on. It was awful. But to sum it up, really, I won the title belt this week.
He did.
And Jamie did get his squeaker game of the week, so he has his squeaker title. That is what, 3 wins for you now with the squeaker title?
Yes, my record this season is 3-7.
Ooh.
Yep. I'm trying to come back, battle back, see if I can get this to a 500 record. So, but Well, first off, we have to do a recap show for you guys. And like Tim and I discussed last week, which I don't think was on camera, but we used to call it the Rapid Fire Edition. Well, it kind of, Tim and I
Formerly
had
known. We'll call it formerly known as the Rapid Fire Recap Show.
Yeah, we kind of had like a little light bulb going off to say, well, if we do a Rapid Fire Recap Show, how can everybody get the picks edition, or the picks,
right,
or the scores? So for this week and from now on, this will be the slow down rapid fire recap show. So still move a little fast, but try to go a little slower so you guys can hear who won.
Hey. Shout out to my buddy Reggie Grant, who's joining us live on Facebook land right now. What's up, Reg?
Hey, Reggie. Our first contestant. Love it.
He's a big fan of the show. He loves us. He told me that. He says it's awesome. So I'm glad to have you here tonight, buddy.
Opening us up with Friday night high school football. It was a painful high school football weekend for us last weekend. A lot of teams are out of there.
Oh, well, there's no pretty much. All our local teams are done.
Yep. First off, River Rouge Panthers defeat the Adrian Maples 57-20. Adrian has been eliminated. Great season though. Yeah, you can't. I mean,
come from behind season, really.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Adrian, on a wonderful season. Next up, we had Alganic getting a win over Ida. I was a little shocked by this one. I thought Ida would pull it off, but both teams had 10-1 records. So,
yep.
38-20, and that means Ida's season is over.
Congratulations goes out to Ida, though. Sadly, the Hudson Tigers season comes to an end. Detroit Lola, the Bulldogs was their nickname, defeated the Hudson Tigers 36-13.
And there was so much confusion about this game. This game ended up being, I looked it up on the schedule. It said Saturday at 12. It ended up being a Friday night game, and my buddy Rich Hollowell was there covering it for us. So thanks, Rich, for getting it all straightened out for us.
Yeah. I don't know why there was so much confusion on that one.
I'm not sure either, but Hudson's season is done. So congratulations to Hudson on a wonderful season. Our first 3-point bonus game of the week. What has we got? Climax Scots gets a win over Whiteford. What?
Nope, Whiteford.
Did I mess that up?
Yep, Whiteford wins. Whiteford defeats Climax Scots 37-13.
Nah, really? I got 38-18. That's nice. 37 to what?
37-13, I think I got there. Either way, Whiteford gets the win.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that, fans.
Iowa, sadly, squeaks by Michigan 14-13. A last second field goal for the win.
Bummer for this game, Michigan. But their season's not over by any means, no matter what people might say or might think. Michigan is still very much alive and in it. There's like a 3-way tie right now for that first place slot there. We'll try and cover that a little more in a little bit, but yeah. And we'll address the Spade issue in a little bit for you guys as well.
Yep.
What? Sorry. It sounds like we're both trying to repeat what we're both trying to say here.
Exactly.
Okay, so next we have Oklahoma getting a win over Baylor, 45-24.
LSU defeats Arkansas, 38-10.
Our next 3-point bonus game of the week had Nebraska getting the win over Minnesota, 24-17.
Michigan State gets their first win in a long time, defeating Rutgers 49-0. I read an article where I believe the whole state of Michigan has defeated Rutgers this season 127-0.
Wow. Bet there'll be some coaching changes at Rutgers before not too long.
But wasn't Rutgers the game where Michigan was facing them at Rutgers? And Rutgers had all their prospects or whatever.
Oh, yes, that's right. That particular game was their prospect night where they had all their future prospects right there.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, are you guys crazy? Why would you have them come in on a Michigan game? I guess they were just being real. They wanted to see, what their team really looked like. I don't know. On that note, we're going to the MAC game of the week, which was Miami getting a win over Buffalo, 35-24.
Yeah, Michigan beat Rutgers 78-0.
Yeah. Yep. Excuse me.
NBA action: the Spurs defeated the Pistons 96-86.
And my Boston Celtics getting a win over the Knicks, 115-87.
The Grand Rapid Griffins shut out the Rockford Ice Hogs 3-0.
Go Griffins. Walleye get a win that night. No, sorry, they did not. Wrong one. Quad City Mallards get a win over the Toledo Walleye, 4-2.
Montreal Canadiens, I was afraid of this one, destroy the Detroit Red Wings 5-0. They shut out the Red Wings.
I don't know what's your thoughts on the Wings right now, Rose.
I'm a little nervous right now. They have a lot of injuries right now, and I don't know. I think they have 3 big name guys out right now, and I don't know. They need to do something to get going. So
we've been having so many big injuries with these guys lately. It's crazy. It's like we're either healthy or we're not. So we're gonna be calling up some guys from the Griffins here soon. You think?
Yeah, I can't remember which guy it was, but one of the guys is out for the year. Cronwell, I think I heard, is out for 6 weeks, I think I heard. And somebody else, I can't remember. I can't keep track of all the injuries right now. But, yeah.
We'll give you an update on that.
My
second part of the show, too.
The Squeaker Game of the Week, which is why I have the title belt there. Squeaker belt. The Flyers squeaked by the Minnesota Wild 3-2.
Woohoo! NFL football action for those who... these games contribute to a crazy first place Lions right now, believe it or not. Yes, hold on to something. The world, I think, is coming to an end right now.
It is.
The Detroit Lions, folks, are as of this recording, are in first place. And some of these games, I believe, helped them this week. Our first game was Tennessee Titans over the Green Bay Packers, 47-25. Wow.
Packers are falling apart this season.
I guess so. That is not like a normal Packers score right there.
No. The Washington Redskins defeat the Minnesota Vikings 26-20. That game moved Detroit into first place.
The Broncos get a win over the New Orleans Saints. 25-23 was our final score there.
I actually watched the end of this game. The Cowboys versus the Steelers. The Cowboys defeated the Steelers 35-0. I believe they said there was 6 2-point conversions in this game, and all of them were failed conversions.
I got to tell you, like I said, I am not a Dallas fan by any means, but a rookie quarterback that can come in and turn a team around like he has, I've got respect for. So
they did say that I think he has earned the #1 spot even when Romo comes back, which
right.
I think he deserves
they're
it.
trying to stall in Romo's return a little bit, health issues, so I think they're not stepping on shoes. Obviously, it's going to be kind of like a slap to the face to Romo that, yeah, sorry, dude, you don't get to come back because this guy's doing so great. We'd rather keep him now. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's a little bit of his attitude going, you know what, I'm not going to come back in as a backup, and a little bit of the management saying, well, you know what, you're not quite well enough yet. Just take a little more time off and think about it.
It could be. Could very well be. NASCAR for you guys. Phoenix Raceway. Your top 3 drivers. Number 1, Joey Logano. Number 2, Kyle Busch. Tim gets a point. And number 3, Kyle Larson. So that sets up for the championship race this weekend. Your 4 guys.
A little bit.
What's that?
The end of NASCAR for a little bit.
It will be for about a couple months. I think it comes back towards the end of February, I believe.
Yeah, it's not gone very long.
No, 2 or 3 months it's gone. So these are your 4 contestants that will be battling for the NASCAR championship. Joey Logano, Jimmy Johnson, Carl Edwards, and Kyle Busch. If you look at your sheets,
I saw that.
Your new sheets, I put their names in yellow. That indicates to you that those are the 4 that are going for the championship this week. So that's why that's a little different this week. So
when everybody else still races, and it could be
Yep.
anybody's race.
Exactly. Yep.
So then, if anybody else wins this race, is it points leader that gets the big win overall, or what?
Yeah, it'll be in place. So, for instance, if Joey Logano comes in 4th place and all the other drivers, finish behind him, he would be the championship runner. So it's whoever comes in the highest place amongst these 4.
And this is the final race, right?
Yep.
This season.
Yep, this is it. Homestead.
Right. So we'll talk a little more about that as we move along here. And now, folks, we will be getting into the picks for this week's edition of the show.
It is.
Season 7, episode 11 for everybody out there. And we only have one high school football game for you this week. And it is the... Forget about the sound effects.
Fired.
That the only one we got is the whistle?
Yeah, that's the only one for that one, yeah.
All right. All right, so as I was saying, we have one high school football game for you this week. We really didn't go into the Michigan High School Association page and look up all the games. Is this the big one, Rose? Is this a playoff game, or is this for the games game for the championship at Ford Field?
I don't think we're quite there yet.
Okay.
I think there's still a little bit more left to play.
I think it's this week, isn't it? Because I think don't they play over Thanksgiving? Maybe
I believe so. Yeah. So I think this might be. I think the winner of this game heads to Ford Field, I believe.
All right. So this game should be it's our only playoff game this week is what I'm trying to say, and it is a playoff game. It's not the championship game. It is a tonight game, Friday game for the Facebook land, 1 p.m. And wow, how did Whiteford not get home field advantage in this with a 12 wins and 0 loss record?
I was kind of wondering the same thing.
That's insane.
Unless this is at Ford, but either way, it doesn't matter. Even at Ford Field, neither team has home field advantage. So,
well, see what you can find on that for us. Why I introduced the teams here. We have the 12 wins and 0 losses. Whiteford, and as it stands right now, it's saying that this is not a home field team. They are traveling to a school called Saginaw Lutheran, Michigan. Saginaw Lutheran.
Which I forgot to change the logo, I think.
It's all right. I had the right picture, so I kind of gave you that information late the other night. There's 2 Saginaw teams. There's Saginaw Valley, and then there's Saginaw Lutheran. The Saginaw Lutheran, the sheet has the Cardinal from Valley, just to cover that. The Saginaw Lutheran schools. They have 10 wins and 2 losses. With the record like that, I know it's close, and we've seen a lot of teams fall this year actually that have had the undefeated records or whatever. But I'm going to go with Whiteford.
Oh. The way you're talking there, I thought you were going to go with the other team there for a minute.
No, I'm going Whiteford. I mean, we've followed these guys, so that's part of my reasoning behind it too.
I am also going Whiteford.
Should be. Is it on? Did you find anything on the Michigan athletic page? Is that where you're looking?
Yeah, there's still it looks like there's still quite a few teams left in here.
Yeah, because it would say division, blah, 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 like whatever the division is, and at Ford Field in the time, it would say if they were, the finals are all at Ford Field.
Yeah, right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 16 games going on this weekend in football. So I have a feeling that after this weekend,
the week after. It might be the week after Thanksgiving. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's not like a typical thing where they have like any kind of like brackets or anything like that. So I can't see how close they are, and I don't see anything about.
Which means it's not yet, because they would have the brackets up. It says right on the page. It'll tell you like division so and so finals at Ford Field during this time, because all those games are played like within a 2-day period, and they happen back to back to back to back at Ford Field.
Yeah, and all the times are the same. They're all. See, now on here they have. Yeah, these are all Saturday games at 1 p.m. They're all being played at Saturday at 1. So.
Did I say Friday? This is a Saturday game? No, this is a Friday game.
No, it's Saturday. It's the 19th.
Oh, sorry, guys. It is Saturday.
Yep, Saturday. Anyways, moving into some NCAA football. This first game is a Saturday game, 3:30 p.m. on ESPN. You can see the 5 wins, 5 losses. Indiana.
Hold on.
I know he's drinking his OJ.
This episode of Sports Frenzy is brought to you by the makers of Juicy Juice. Extra high C for this guy who has a cold right now. All right, there we go. My throat was starting to tickle a little bit.
I'm with you on the tickling. I think I have the same thing you do. Indiana. There they are. They're in U of M.
Hold on. I'm messing this whole thing up. What did we say it was for college football again? Was it?
Oh.
You say it was like this? Oh, hand this way.
I think it's like that. I think it's like that.
College football is what we're into now. I didn't hear any whistles either.
Oh. Look at that. We're messing up all over the park today. There
we go. Some college football for you guys.
I think it's the recap show. That threw us off this week. So we're entering college football now. We have Indiana. There it is. 5 wins, 5 losses. They're heading to Ann Arbor. 9 wins, 1 loss. Still ranked 3rd in the nation. Go Blue.
That's right. Go Blue. So Harbaugh did confirm that our starting quarterback Spate is out. He didn't say he's out indefinitely. He said he's out for this game. So I don't think he's actually named the starter for this game yet either. But it's rumored to be O'Korn, of course.
Yeah. Yep.
But, Harbaugh, he likes to keep people guessing. So I love Coach Harbaugh.
I do
just put
too.
the record for everybody to hear that. I love Coach Harbaugh, and I think it's cool that he doesn't want to let anybody know who the starting quarterback is until the game. It makes everybody prepare. And people are worried about this game, Rose. They're like, oh, are they going to be able to do it without Spate? I know we've had some issues in the past where quarterbacks haven't been all up to par, but the way Coach Harbaugh runs his ship is everybody has to be ready to be the starter.
Yep.
And all these guys get pretty much equal time, and with that equal time, I feel like they're all, it's always a race as to who's going to step up and take over the game. I feel like whoever is the starter this week is going to be just fine. So I am not a bit worried about Michigan's chances. Go Blue!
Go Blue! Go Blue.
All right. Blue first. This next game is Saturday at 3:30. We have the 8 wins, 2 losses, ranked 22nd in the nation, Washington State. They are traveling to the 8 wins, 2 losses, ranked 10th in the nation, Colorado. This should be a good game. Both are 8-2. Both are ranked. Who you like in this one, Rose?
I just got this. I don't ask me why. I don't know why. I have a gut feeling Washington State's going to come away with a win. I don't know why. I just do.
Rose is going Washington State. I like your chances on that one. I see your Washington State, and I shall go with Washington State as well.
I will raise you, Washington. I feel like we're playing poker here, too. Oh, next up, this is a Saturday game at 12 p.m. on ESPN.
I thought we had a rule that we don't cover these guys.
We got to. In this instance, we do. I think this is the second time we've had Ohio State on this season. So
you call them the full name. We don't do that on this show.
Sorry, I forgot they're versing.
So, Facebook land, we justify this by the fact that we say we are a Michigan-based show. I mean, we got a Michigan flag behind us and everything else, but we are also a state of Michigan-based show. Therefore, we cover mostly, Michigan-based teams. So we feel like we try to be a little non-biased about this stuff, but we really feel like it's okay for the most part to diss on Ohio on this show.
Yeah, we do. This is the 9 wins, 1 loss, ranked 2nd in the nation. Did you get that? It's versus the 3 wins, 7 losses, Michigan State Spartans. I know it's a long shot. I know it's a Hail Mary pass, but this is my upset special of the week.
Wow.
MSU for the win.
Jamie Rose's upset special of the week. Woo! All right, so Facebook land, you're not familiar with me on this game, but this flat out, I refuse to pick this game. I defer. I will not pick this game. I don't care who wins it. Oh boy, let's see if I can do this week. It's a first 3-point bonus game. It might be a little lower, everybody. It's our first 3-point bonus game. Come on, everybody. It's our first 3-point bonus game. Yeah. A little bit lower tone, but I still pulled it off okay.
It was beautiful.
And somewhere I've misplaced my 3-point bonus sign now, so there's no visual for the 3-point bonus sign this week.
I gotta print one off.
This game is a Saturday game, 1 o'clock, can be seen on, I've been forgetting to tell you guys what networks these are on. The last game, if you care, is on ESPN at 12 o'clock. So this game is on the SECN network. SEC network, I should say. The N is for network, so it's SEC network. We have the 7 wins, 2 losses, ranked 23rd in the nation, the Florida Gators. And they are traveling to the, did I say they were ranked 23rd? 23rd in the nation. They are traveling to the, oddly enough, 6 wins, 3 losses, ranked 16th in the nation. LSU kind of sadly stepped up since their coach got axed.
Yeah. Then the rankings never make sense to me. I don't know how a 6-3. The only thing I can think of is LSU has had a harder schedule than Florida.
I don't even try to begin to figure out what they base all that information on anymore.
I don't either. I'm going LSU. Just because they have home field advantage.
Ooh. I'm going Florida.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with Florida. I can't pick LSU after they get rid of Michigan, man. Sorry, not working for me.
Next up, this is a Saturday game at 3:30 p.m. on ESPNU. And it's also the ESPN Game Day.
Yes.
So that means that the ESPN Game Day guys will be there at Western Michigan this weekend. And it's also our Tim's MAC Highlight Game of the Week.
Wearing my Western gear for this one, folks.
He busted it out. He has. We have the 2 wins, 8 losses, Buffalo. They're heading to the 10-0, ranked 21st in the nation, Western Michigan. I'm going Western Michigan.
I've got Western Michigan for the win. It's going to be awesome that they're up there. Really wish I could go up there and see them. That'd be cool. Row the boat, Western Michigan. Row the boat. That has been their theme, and it will continue to be their theme. So the problem is, they're ranked. Where are they at? 21st now?
Yep.
Weren't they higher than that last week?
Higher? What do you mean?
Weren't they higher in the rankings than that last week? See, your MAC schools don't get a whole lot of love, and that's why I kind of like some of the teams in the MAC division, because they don't get a whole lot of love.
I don't know what they were.
I mean, they are one of 2 undefeated college teams right now. Alabama being the other one. They should definitely be, as far as I'm concerned, higher in the rankings.
But it's all based on the difficulty of schedule, too. I understand. I'm not dissing on the MAC. I'm not dissing on Western Michigan. But Western Michigan schedule is easier than, Michigan's and Alabama's. If Western Michigan were to face Alabama, Alabama would run over Western Michigan. So, not dissing on them at all. I have one of my good best friends is alumni from Western Michigan. I've been to Western Michigan hockey games. Love Western Michigan, but it's just a smaller school. So it'd be like Blissfield High School's football team versus Tecumseh's football team. Tecumseh would probably win.
Is Western Michigan getting? Are they playing mostly just MAC teams too, or are they out of the?
I will look up their schedule.
I'll go over the next game real quick while you're looking up the. And I'm kind of interested in what defines. I mean, because here's the thing about Western Michigan: they haven't had a winning season ever at their college as far back as we can remember or think of. So, Coach Flack has been a wonderful addition to their team, and he has a 5-year plan. And as far as I can tell, as far as I see, this is year 4 of that plan. So this would be awesome. All right, so I'm going to give you the next game real quick here while Rose looks that up for us. We have this is a 7 o'clock game Saturday on ESPN2. We have the 8 wins and 2 losses Chattanooga. It is 14. Is rolling, pun intended. The 10 wins, 0 losses, ranked number 1 in the nation, Alabama. We've seen some high-scoring games this season. I have a feeling we're going to see another high-scoring game here. No offense to Chattanooga, but
see, I put this game on here because I believe it was Bev said, "Hey, where's Alabama?" So I had to make sure I threw some Alabama on here. So even though I was against Chattanooga, which I have a feeling is going to be a slaughter.
Well, the cool thing, here's some people are like, "Oh, I hate seeing slaughter games." From my perspective, I like to see these kind of games just because you get to see so much of the talent from the teams that you don't normally get to see play. And so I have a feeling you'll see 2, 3, however many quarterbacks they have. You'll see different quarterback opportunities and different guys play that don't necessarily get off the bench very often. So we'll see how that goes. I've got Alabama. Rose has got Alabama.
All right, so back to Western Michigan's schedule. Western Michigan beat Northwestern 22-21. So they squeaked past a Big Ten school. NCCU, Western Michigan beat 70-21. Western Michigan beat Illinois 34-10. GASO, I don't know who this is, 49-31. Western Michigan beat Central Michigan, which actually Central Michigan beat Oklahoma State earlier, upset Oklahoma State earlier in the season. Oklahoma State was ranked. But anyways, Western beat Central 49-10.
Central is MAC school.
Yeah. Yeah. Did I say something different?
No. I was just saying that Central is a MAC school, and I think that's a rivalry game.
It is, yeah. Northern Illinois University lost to Western 45-30. Arkansas, I think their initials are AKR. Western beat them 41-0. Western beat Eastern 45-31. Ball State lost to Western 52-20. Kent State 37-21. The last 2 games is we have Buffalo this week, and then next week is the University of Toledo.
Oh,
on the 25th.
Oh man, my 2 favorite teams from the MAC division.
Yep. So I mean, as you can see, it doesn't look like Western has even faced a ranked team, which is why they're not ranked very high.
Yeah, that makes a little more sense now. Good job, Rose.
And you went with Alabama, I assume.
Yeah.
I'm going Alabama. And your last NCAA football game, this is a Saturday game on ABC at 8 p.m. The 8 wins, 2 losses, ranked 9th in the nation. Good old JR's Oklahoma. Versus the 8 wins, 1 loss, ranked 14th in the nation, Western Virginia. I am going with good old JR's Oklahoma Sooners.
And for those of you who are not familiar with good old JR, JR is a former WWE announcer. He's actually announcing New Japan Wrestling right now. Believe it or not, that's what his gig is now. I've got the Oklahoma Sooners for good old JR as well. Because JR is good old JR.
He is. Entering a little NBA action. How about a little NBA intro lullaby for you guys?
Lullaby?
I don't know. I just wanted something different. I don't think... It's like, go to sleep, LeBron James, because you stink really bad.
You know, the NBA has not really been all that great this year, that's for sure.
No, I will agree. But we'll still cover NBA action. So, roll it!
You gonna throw an intro in there? All right.
Let's do it. Roll it.
So, Facebook... Are you? I don't know if you can hear this part in Facebook land, but we got a squeak going on. It's like the sound of the shoes on the playing floor. So you'll sometimes see me and Rose like dancing around, looking like we're shooting the ball around. And you'll hear the squeak of the shoes, but I'm not sure you can hear that on the feed in Facebook land.
It's kind of a quiet one. It's not as loud as...
What is it? What is that even? The game? Oh,
yeah, it's like the end of the quarter.
Okay, all right. All right, so our first game this is a tonight game, Friday night for Facebook land. We have the 7:30. It's at 7:30. Not we have. It is at 7:30 on FSD, which is Fox Sports Detroit. We have the 6 wins, struggling 6 wins, 6 losses, the Detroit Pistons, and they are traveling to the. Oh, are you kidding me? The 9 wins and 2 losses, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep. I know. I was like, oh, why do we have to face the Cavaliers? But you know what? I can't stand the Cavaliers. I can't stand LeBron James. I'm going with the Pistons.
Man, I have faith that the coach will get them in order. Pistons are going to come out and play hard. They're going to get the win against the defending champions.
Next up, this is a Friday night game at 8 p.m. 4 wins, 7 losses. The Brooklyn Nets.
Whoa!
Brooklyn Nets.
Let me get the card here.
The Brooklyn Nets.
Got something stuck in your teeth tonight, or what?
No, that was my best Brooklyn accent. It's a failed attempt with a cold. They're heading to Oklahoma City to face the Thunder. 7 wins, 5 losses. I got OKC.
Na Thunder. Na Thunder. Na Thunder. I'm going with the Nets. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going with the Thunder.
I was going to say, after all that, you're going with the Nets?
No. All right, next up we have, this is a tonight game, Friday game, 8 p.m. Appears to not, oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, okay. It is an 8 p.m. game. On ESPN, we have the 9 wins and 2 losses. The fairly hot Golden State Warriors. And they are traveling to the 6 wins and 5 losses. The Boston Celtics.
Boston.
Everybody knows I'm a Celtic fan. I'm going with the Celtics.
I am going with the Warriors.
I know you are. I know you're a Warriors fan.
I like Stephon Curry. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I like what's going on in Boston right now. They're a younger team. They're making some changes, and I mean, I used to have some doubts about former huge Celtic himself, Danny Ainge, being the head honcho over there these days, which still sounds funny, especially when you're used to Red Auerbach during our era of NBA action, right, Reggie? And so Boston is coming around. So I like Boston for the win. You know, let me see what else we have on here game-wise. I'll make that my upset special of the week.
Ooh.
There is, just for Facebook land, there is no rhyme or reason to our upset specials of the week. Just every now and again, me and Jamie get an itching, and we call it our upset special of the week.
Yeah, we do.
Let's see if I can pull this one. 3 points. 3 points. It's a 3-point bonus game.
Yeah.
Nice, Rose.
I went low, you went high.
I know, I was going with more of the thrash
You went
metal.
low, high. I went with high.
I went with more of the thrash metal kind of deep throat, the vocals there, and you throw in the high 80s scream.
This is Friday night game at 10:30 p.m. And I'm kind of surprised this one wasn't on ESPN. We have the 9 wins, 3 losses, the San Antonio Spurs versus the doing much better without Kobe Bryant, LA Lakers, 7 wins, 5 losses. I'm going with the Spurs.
Did you just say that?
What?
You just come right out and say that?
I will, yeah. They are.
Without Kobe Bryant?
Haven't they already won more games this season than they did last season with Kobe?
You may be right on that.
They didn't. I think they had like 10 wins.
I mean, it's a huge season, so 7 wins. I wouldn't say they've. Well, maybe they have won more games than they did last year. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. But anyway, the Kobe-less Lakers, and we both said last week that we thought the Lakers were going to be a transitioning team for several years, but this is not a bad record right now, Rose. So, you know what my next question to you is going to be. You're already looking it up, aren't you?
Yep.
Who they've had to play so far.
Oh, no, I wasn't looking that up.
So who have the Lakers had to play so far, Rose? What are you looking up, Rose?
What their record was last season.
Oh,
which was
okay.
20. What was last? 20.
Roger Schoonover was joining us. He could probably tell us what the Lakers
Yeah,
did.
he's probably like, oh, come on.
Anyway, I'm going with the Spurs.
Spurs.
Rose looks that up.
Last year, the Lakers were 17-65.
Okay.
So.
Are you going with the Lakers or the Spurs, Rose?
Spurs.
I'm just curious as to who they've actually played so far and why they've improved. Of course, you know, I was talking to a buddy of mine. A lot of you guys know Jason Boring, assistant coach of the Sand Creek boys basketball team. We were just talking about there hasn't really been a whole lot of exciting
Nope.
NBA games.
Okay, they've played the Rockets. They beat. Okay, I'm just gonna say Lakers. How am I gonna do this? I'll say if the Lakers beat them or lost to them. I can't talk right now. The Lakers beat the Rockets. The Jazz beat the Lakers. The Thunder beat the Lakers. The Pacers beat the Lakers. Lakers beat the Hawks. Lakers beat the Warriors. Lakers beat the Suns. Mavericks beat the Lakers. Lakers beat the Kings. Lakers beat the Pelicans. Timberwolves beat the Lakers. Lakers beat the Nets. So this week tomorrow they have the Spurs. Sunday they have the Bulls. And Tuesday they have the Thunder.
Oh, wow. Okay. But my original thought that I was talking about here is, I'm just not huge into the pro teams right now. I'm not. There's not a whole lot of super good games going on. I'm huge on college games. I just like the heart and the soul and the spirit that you see in most college games. And college basketball season is in full swing right now as well. So, and speaking of college basketball, for our Facebook Live audience, Michigan opens up, or no, it doesn't open up, but they are playing tonight, 9 o'clock or 9:30 on ESPN2. They're in some kind of tournament right now. And if they win, they play tomorrow. If they lose, they play tomorrow in a different bracket. So college basketball is in full swing too, and that's kind of what I've been enjoying, some college basketball games. But we're not talking about college basketball right now. We are moving into...
You went with the Spurs?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right. I was busy looking that up and didn't write it down.
Let's hear it for some hockey. Continuing the last season, not that we're on that game yet, but this is the last season at Joe Louis Arena, the last chance you will get to see the Red Wings out there. So I highly recommend, if you get a chance, to go out there. They're doing a lot of highlight videos and showing memories through the years there. So, but the funny thing, like Jamie said here, if the Red Wings make the playoffs, it won't actually be the last game at Joe Louis Arena until the playoffs end. So, but I think playoff tickets are like more expensive.
They are.
So, it would be awesome if we bring in that trophy at the last season at the Joe. But they're going to have to step up their game a little better than they are right now.
Yep, I would agree. That's a long ways away, though. First up. Is this mine or yours?
This is yours. You can take it.
Okay. It's a Friday night game at 7 p.m. and you can see it on the AHL Live, which is the one you have to pay for. What was the radio station?
WBBL 107.3 in your area. And you can get these on TuneIn radio app as well. They don't charge for the minor league games on the TuneIn app.
This is the 7 wins, 6 losses, 1 overtime loss. The Texas Stars. How original. We have the Dallas Stars and the Texas Stars. Like, wow.
So are they affiliated with them now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Versus the 9
don't
wins.
Complicate things. I suppose the uniforms are the same color and everything too.
Probably, yeah.
You don't want to complicate things, especially if you get called up. If you're getting
Texas
called.
Stars.
I know this is their true logo colors, so I'm wondering.
They are owned by the NHL Dallas Stars. Yep. Sometimes, though, there will be a team that is owned by two teams. And they
that's right. That's true. I have seen that. You're right.
They share. So I knew it was the Dallas Stars owned them, but I wasn't sure if, some other team, co-owned them or something. But anyways.
That's so confusing. Be down the minors and coexist with one team. Congratulations, you've been called up. Now these guys are your enemies.
I guess. I don't know how exactly. I think it's more just you're down there learning how to play the game to the best of your ability, and I don't know. It's hockey. It's NHL. It's not like you really have enemies.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Or you wouldn't have a team affiliated with your enemy.
Well, that's true. I guess
it's not like you'd have the Chicago Blackhawks and the Detroit Red Wings.
So maybe they don't play each other very much, or they're friendly territory teams. Because they got to have similar playbooks. How would you be like go to one side or the other and be like, hey, I know what these guys are doing?
Well, NHL, I don't think there's really that much. It's not like football where you really have like a lot of plays. It's kind of like
on thin ice here with the hockey audience, Rose. You better choose your words wisely here.
I have played hockey, and it's kind of like
yes. We will say this about Jamie before he goes on with his comments anymore. Jamie is a hockey player. He has played hockey. He has a passion and love for hockey.
Yes.
So what he's saying is not in any way meant to be offensive to the hockey audience.
No. And don't get me wrong, I've never played minor league or pro hockey or anything like that, but pretty much usually when there's a timeout or halftime, you see the coach and he's got usually the little whiteboard there, kind of like Tim has with his basketball one, and he can just take a little pen and he can say, okay, this is what I want you to do, and you do this, and he just kind of draws up a plan. But that's kind of how it works. But anyways, 7 wins, 6 losses, 1 overtime loss. Texas Stars versus the 9 wins, 4 losses, 0 overtime loss. The Grand Rapids Griffins. Go Griffins.
Go Griffins. The whiteboard he is referring to is this one that I have right here. That I actually am blessed enough to have 2 of these. This particular one for home use, my buddy Chris Bull and the Hope family bought for me, and my one at work that I have that I use, Julie bought for me. So that I have. And then my one at work is a football. It's got the football team on the clipboard. So I have pretty cool that I got 2 white clipboards.
That's cool.
And my playbook basically is drawn up from just writing stuff down. I have no true, in my coaching years, I had no true format other than the arms up, hands up defense, which is vital for my teams. All right, next up we have this is a 7:15 game tonight, Friday night, for the Facebook audience. You can watch this on ECHL.TV, which is a computer channel. And you can also probably pull this game up on TuneIn radio app, one of those radio. Usually you can get those games for free also. There is a couple of cable channels that carry this too. One of them used to be on Comcast, but it was only in certain areas, so I'm not sure where that would be now. But it's the 6 wins, 6 losses, no overtime losses. The Kalamazoo Wings.
K-Wings.
K-Wings. So that's just what they go by, the K-Wings?
Yep.
K-Wings.
K-Wings, yep. My area.
And they are traveling to the 3 wins and 0 losses, the Toledo Walleye. 3 wins and 0. Wow, they've only played 3 games, and this other team's played six. 12 games already?
Yep.
Wow. That's huge. I've got the Walleye, of course, but...
The K-Wings are affiliated. I know you're probably thinking they might be affiliated with the Red Wings, but they're not. They're affiliated with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I just think that's crazy. They've played that many more games than the Walleye already. That's weird. I've got the Walleye.
Well, the Walleye played 13.
What?
The Walleye.
Oh, shoot. I said that completely wrong. Okay, that's why it's not making any sense to me.
Tim's on a lot of cold medicine, everybody.
You'd think I was hit with a hockey puck or something in the head and got a concussion.
That's what I was confused about. I'm like, what are you talking about? They've only played one more game than the K-Wings.
Let's try this record again, everyone. The Toledo Walleye have played 10. They have 10 wins, 3 losses, and no overtime losses. I was completely overlooking the 10 there.
Come on, you think the Walleye would have 0?
I thought they had 0 losses and only played 3 games is what I was basically saying. And I'm like, what is up with that? How could they only play 3 games already?
You're fine.
There's no taking that one back. And we don't have an editing staff, so
nope.
Let's
go Walleye.
That's the only recovery. Let's go Walleye. Let's go Walleye. Who have 10 wins, by the way.
NHL action for you guys. This is a Friday night game at 7 p.m. on FS Detroit, Fox Sports Detroit. We have the
Let's go Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings.
We have the 8 wins and 8 losses, 1 overtime loss. Your Detroit Red Wings. They're heading to the... boy, I tell you, this NHL season's crazy. It's like either you're an average team or you're a red-hot team. The Washington Capitals have 10 wins, 4 losses, 2 overtime loss. I'm going Red Wings.
Let's go Red Wings.
Let's go Red Wings.
True diehard Red Wings fan. Always go for the team this sport. Oh.
Jamie Rose's squeaker game of the week. This is a Sunday game at 8 p.m. And I know what you're saying. What? A hockey game Sunday at 8 p.m.? What are you thinking? Well, we have a pay-per-view. So we can have a late hockey game for you guys this week. 8 p.m. We have the 7 wins, 9 losses, 1 overtime loss. The LA Kings. They're heading to Anaheim to face the Quack. Oh, look at that. You get it? It's the squeaker game. Again, it's got the...
Rose.
Get it? The Ducks?
Did you do that on purpose, Rose?
That deserves that on that joke.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, actually, I didn't do that. I just realized that. I'm like, oh, it's perfect. Anyways, 8 wins, 6 losses, 3 overtime loss. The Anaheim Ducks. I'm going with the Ducks.
I am going with 9, 8, 6. I got the Ducks as well.
Anytime I hear the Anaheim Ducks, I think of the movie The Mighty Ducks.
Well, that's because that's many years ago what they used to be called.
Yep, the Mighty Ducks.
And
Yep.
then history tells that they got tired of that, so they did away with the mighty part of it.
And they're just
Right.
the Ducks.
Tried to make it less kid-friendly.
Still kid-friendly. It's hockey. NFL action.
NFL football action.
Football.
We actually have the Lions, the first place Detroit Lions, in our first game of the week. This is a Sunday game, 1 p.m. But wait, folks, wait for it. It's not on your regular channel. Normally, Lions games are on Fox. This is a CBS game this week.
Ooh.
What's up with that, Rose?
I don't know.
No, this is in Detroit, and it's on CBS? That's weird. We have the 2 wins. Wow, 2 wins and 7 losses. The Jacksonville Jaguars. And they are traveling to your first place. 5 wins and 4 losses. Yet they're in first place. The Detroit. Give us a roar, Rose. We have a roar, right? I was thinking we did.
Yeah, one sec. I gotta
Wait.
find it. There it is.
The Detroit Lions. 5 wins and 4 losses and in first place. Well, who are you going with, Rose?
You see, this is the problem, is I'm going with the Lions, but anytime I pick the Lions, they lose. So I'm still going with the Lions, though.
Their losing days are done. They're in first place.
Are you going with the Lions?
I'm going with the Lions. Heck yeah. They've let me down for many, many years, but they're in first place now. They're on a winning streak. The world is changing, and so are the Detroit Lions.
It's
Go
apocalypse
Lions.
time.
Go Lions.
Go Lions.
They're gonna-
Next up, this is a Sunday game at 1 p.m., also on CBS. Like we've said many times, it's all depending on where you're located and what station decides to play what game, basically. So probably you guys will be seeing the Lions game.
I would say most of the people in our viewing area is probably going to see the Lions game.
Yeah. This is 1 p.m. CBS. We have the 5 wins, 4 losses. The Baltimore Ravens. They're heading to the red hot 8 wins, 1 loss. The Dallas Cowboys. I don't like them, but I'm going with the Cowboys.
What'd you say?
I'm going with the Cowboys.
Hated team you're going with.
Yep.
He's
I don't
desperate
like
for
'em.
points, folks. I don't like Dallas either, but I like their rookie quarterback. I'll say this, and I'll keep saying it. Any rookie quarterback who has had this kind of season deserves some praise. So not so much for the Dallas Cowboys, but all for the rookie quarterback. What is his name? Dak?
I don't even know what his name is. You
That's
went
a
with the Ducks, going back to NHL, right?
What's that?
You went with the Ducks, right?
Did I? Let me look.
The
real quick here.
16th,
I was thinking I did, but let me double check here.
game 16.
16.
I think I was busy looking something up.
16 Ducks. Yeah, I went Ducks.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, sorry.
No, that's fine. Is this you or me? I
It's
forget.
you.
Okay. This is an 8:30 game on Sunday. Sunday. So this is your Sunday night football game. Yes?
Yeah.
Sunday night football.
Yep, we don't get too many of these on here, but
No, we don't. And Sunday Night Football is on NBC. We have the struggling 4 wins and 5 losses. The Green Bay Packers. They are traveling to the 5 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. Is that what that is?
Yep.
The Washington Redskins. Now, I know the Packers have some injuries right now, too. Got some injuries going on, so that might be affecting their play, but I'm going Washington Redskins for my pick.
I'm also going Washington.
Because every loss at Green Bay helps the Lions keep first place.
Exactly. And your last NFL game for our sheets this week is a Sunday, 4:05 p.m. on Fox. We have the 5 wins, 4 losses, the Miami Dolphins. They're heading to the 4 wins, 5 losses, the LA Rams. Ooh, even has the right Rams, too.
I finally got the new logo made, yes.
Ooh. I'm going with the Dolphins. Don't ask me why, I don't know.
Because they have 1 win better.
No, I don't. I don't. Something about the Rams this year. They don't think they're gonna have a good season. So.
Yeah. Give me Miami as well. I think I've already put a couple games on the line, so I might as well side with you on that one. Up next, NASCAR action for you guys.
Couldn't find the sound effect.
I didn't even hear any squealing of tires. What did you do, fall out the car window or what?
Yep. I don't even know.
So, we were talking a little bit about NASCAR. Tell them a little more about it again, Rose.
We're down to 4 drivers. Well, I guess they're teams.
4 teams, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, they are. They have pit crews and all that. Joey Logano, Jimmy Johnson, Carl Edwards, and Kyle Busch are your guys going for the championship. But all the other drivers should still be running, but don't quote me if they're not.
So Kevin Harvick for you this week?
I'm going to go Kyle Busch.
What?
Yep. Going Kyle Busch this week. I'm picking who is going to win the championship.
So Kyle Busch is usually the guy I've been going with between Kyle Busch and Joey Logano is who I've been going with.
Yep.
Go with points. Tell me the points right now, Rose.
They're all tied in points.
Oh, are they really?
Well, that's how it works when you get into the next round. It's something stupid right now, like 8,000 points. I'll look it up real quick.
Many of you know, Rose and I have been covering NASCAR since the get-go, and over the years we've taken NASCAR a little more serious. However, we still don't know all the rules and everything that go along with NASCAR, but we know the point leaders and stuff like that. So they're all tied. Wow, wouldn't that be crazy if somebody else came in and just took this race? Kevin Harvick comes in there this week, and
well, he can't win the title. Okay.
So going for so let's clarify here for everyone. Should they focus more on these 4 guys, you think, then this week? Because this is for it all. Should they stick maybe closer to these 4 guys, even if they have a person that might be their favorite otherwise? Because these guys are the 4 that are actually going to win and be the winner of the season, is what we're telling you right now. I mean, yeah, I guess you could still go ahead and pick anybody you want, but just know these 4 guys are going for the title of the race season.
Yeah. So that, like, for instance, here, Joey Logano, Jimmy Johnson, Carl Edwards, and Kyle Busch all right now all are tied at 5,000 points. So and it's whoever gets the most points in this next race wins the trophies, the way it works. But then you go back to like in 5th place right now, it's Matt Kenseth with 2,296 points.
Wow, that's significant.
What
difference? I said that's a significant difference in points.
Well, it's because they just I think they just make up some number and put them all. So, but yeah, that's the way that works. So.
All right. Well, I was a little thrown off by Rose's pick. He's always went with Kevin Harvick. In years past, we've always flipped a coin between Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch. That's how bad we used to be in NASCAR. But I'm going to go with my guy. I got to stay with Kyle Busch. He's been stepping up and winning some races.
Huh? We picked the same driver before.
We have, yes. Yep, we have in the past. So, yeah, I'm going with Kyle Busch. And you know what? I wouldn't be disappointed if Joey Logano wins either because I like Joey Logano. So, but that is just when you think we are all done, we are not, folks. We have more for you. We have a wrestling pay-per-view for you guys. Not just a, we have 2 wrestling pay-per-views for you.
First.
Who's next? That's right. This is a pay-per-view I am really, really looking forward to. But, wow, you know, we really should have done this in reverse order here, I suppose, Rose. The way we got this set up.
Yeah, that would have made sense.
So we're going to go ahead and start. We'll start with our bottom picks because that's the first pay-per-view. So we'll go. We'll do the Saturday night pay-per-view first. Let me get my cards up to date here. Move these 2 out of the way real quick. So Saturday night we have our, which usually turns out to be either A, better than, or just as good as the main event pay-per-view. This is your minor league of wrestling.
Yep.
NXT, and they like to call them TakeOver. And where are they this time? Toronto?
They're both at Toronto.
Oh, they're both in Toronto. Okay,
Yep.
So they just do one on one night and one on the other. Wow.
Yep. I don't know if it's the same arena or if there's, if they're in this arena one night and then they're in this arena a different night. Like, for instance, like they'd be at Joe Louis Arena for TakeOver, and then for Survivor Series, they would be at Ford Field or something like that. So
right.
So 2 different arenas, but yeah, your first matchup on here, we're gonna go 25, 24, 23, 22. First match on here is if you follow TNA, this guy might sound familiar. You also probably know his father, Bobby Roode. His father was the legendary Rick Rude. Ravishing Rick Rude was his father, which is funny because he kind of comes out in kind of the same kind of a robe that his father did, but he doesn't do the whole... I always loved how Ravishing Rick Rude came out and did the whole, like, pose and that kind of thing. Versus the perfect 10, 10, 10, 10, Ty Dillinger. I'm going with Bobby Roode. They've been pushing Ty Dillinger, but I still think Bobby Roode's going to pull away with the win.
Glorious. I've got Bobby Roode as well. Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode. I do like his gimmick too.
Yeah, I do. It's grown on me.
At first, I hated his music, but now I kind of like his music.
I mean, I do miss his tag team. I don't want to say their name on here because of the Dove Beverage, but I did like his TNA tag team. So I'm going to let you take this next one because this is one of your favorite guys, plus I butcher his name. So.
Yep, I love this. Is one of my favorite wrestlers. I can't wait for actually both of these guys to be up on the main roster. This is, by the way, this is TakeOver, and you can see it on the WWE Network on Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
For $9.99.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Tim. The first guy is the NXT champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. The guy's great. He's real weird and eccentric and just weird, but he's awesome. He's entertaining as all.
This guy's style is completely different from anybody's style you'll see.
Yep.
In our wrestling right now.
I love his head games.
Excuse me. And from if you actually look him up on the internet, go back on YouTube and look at his stuff from Japan. Brutal. He's a brutal wrestler.
Yep.
And honest to God, anything he does here on WWE or NXT does not compare to what he's done in New Japan Wrestling or whatever. And the funny thing is about it, I mean, they're playing this up to be a huge match, and he actually beat him down and stuff in some of the on the show. But this guy, in all reality, is good in his own way, but could never hold a torch to the style of wrestling that Nakamura does.
Oh,
in my opinion.
And he is facing the former NXT champion, Samoa Joe. I believe this strongly. I think this is Samoa Joe's last match. I think in the next few weeks you'll see Samoa Joe on either Raw or SmackDown. There's nothing left for him to do on NXT. So I think Shinsuke Nakamura is going to win.
I'm going with Nakamura too.
Or should I say?
Yeah, the way just.
Like that's kind of what he does. He comes down to the ring and he's kind of doing this weird motions, and
then
all of a sudden he's like,
and like he's like this Gumby like character. It's like he's all like. Well, a good comparison would be, I'm trying to think who I want to compare him to.
He's really flexible. Like as soon as he gets in the ring, he does this thing where he puts his foot on his top rope and his like head is touching his shin.
He looks like he looks like Bailey's things that come on when when he comes out. He's just got this whole free flowing style, and he's always got this real smooth kind of groove thing going on, and it's just. And when I first saw this dude, he freaked me out because that's how weird his style is. I wasn't sure about him in the beginning. I'm like, what the heck is this? You know, he grew on me though, but I was just like, what the heck is this?
Are you going Shinsuke?
Yeah, heck yeah, I am.
So what you were saying before, you think Samoa Joe would actually win in a true fight?
No, I'm saying Samoa Joe can't hold a torch to the wrestling that
this guy can do.
Nakamura has done.
Gotcha.
I don't think he would last a minute in New Japan. I mean, this guy's had, like...
Well, I think Samoa Joe has fought in New Japan, hasn't he?
I'll have to look that up. I'm not sure if he did or not. He might have, but if you look up some of Nakamura's matches, You'll see some insane stuff, man.
Yeah, like I said, I can't wait for Shinsuke to come up to the main roster. The match I can't wait to see is AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. They've actually fought in New Japan, and they had some brutal fights. I can't wait for Finn Balor again versus Shinsuke Nakamura. They fought in NXT, but the match was just phenomenal. I'd say match of the year between Finn and Shinsuke. But anyways, enough of that match. Moving into Survivor Series.
So before we go on to Survivor Series, is there any other going to be really good matches at the NXT pay-per-view, you think?
Oh, yeah. I'll see if I can do it off the top of my head, because it's not easy to. You kind of got to go through a whole bunch of different. They have it set up weird to get into the NXT page, and they have the page set up weird for NXT. The other matches for that are you have the Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Match Finals, and that's between TM61 and the Authors of Pain. Paul Ellery is the manager of Authors of Pain, and I think you're a few weeks behind on NXT, aren't you?
Yeah.
Paul Ellery will be suspended in a shark cage above the ring.
Really?
Because he interfered in the last match, and he cost DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Thomas, whatever his name is there, I can never say his name right, cost them the next thing because he interfered in the match. So that came down from, William Regal. You have women's match for the NXT Championship, Asuka versus WWE legend Mickie James.
Oh, man.
Did you hear about that one?
What's going on with that one?
She, basically, Asuka's been saying that, there's nobody down here who can,
that she's dominated everybody.
There's nobody left down here. I need real talent. So William Regal said, well, here, you want real talent? And Mickie James was on the Titantron and was like...
I can't believe they got Mickie James to come back again.
Yep, she's coming back. Yeah, she looked pretty good, too. So she'll be coming back. Let's see. For the Tag Team Championships, it's DIY or DIY, Do It Yourself. It's Johnny Gargano and Thomas, whatever his face is there, versus the Revival. I'm trying to think of what other one you have. That's all I can remember off the top of my head. I think there might be one other match.
I was just wondering because I hadn't caught up on all of that yet, so I was wondering who was facing who. So next up we have your Survivor Series pay-per-view, and this is one of the rare pay-per-views that mixes both talents from Raw and SmackDown. In fact, it was an open challenge to both teams decided to form for this. But it is also, yes, the return of the man himself. Goldberg! 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 I am super excited about this. This is a rematch, folks. Rematch for you guys.
Rematch from WrestleMania 20, 12 years ago.
Yes. Rematch 12 years ago. And it has... Brock Lesnar, who some of you may know from MMA fighting as well. I really didn't want to give a good picture of Brock Lesnar because I don't like him, but I thought I'd get the ones where they're posing off, kind of. So
you should you jumped a match.
Did I?
Yeah. We're going 23-22.
Oh, oops.
He's so excited about Goldberg.
I am. All right, so yeah, go ahead and take this one, Rose. I blew it. I'll let you take it.
Yeah, I'll let you take this one because it's not too often you could just see Goldberg come back. This is Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. In 1 second, I have it right here, and I'll let you know who is on each team. Team Raw, you have Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, and Kevin Owens, the Universal Champion, and Roman Reigns is the United States Champion, versus Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, the General Manager, Shane McMahon, Dean Ambrose, and the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, AJ Styles. And I think that's it for that. I'm going with Team Raw. Just because they have Braun Strowman. They've been really trying to play him up as a dominating guy. And I don't know. No offense to Shane, but I don't know. I feel like he's like a C wrestler, and all the other guys are like A's and B's. So I feel like he's like the weak link for SmackDown. So I'm going Raw.
All right, I'm going to go SmackDown, and I'm going to justify it because they're trying to push SmackDown Live right now as the show to, obviously compete. They're bringing the audience back to SmackDown. Plus, I feel like at some point here, Jericho and his buddy there are going to turn on each other. So, I've also heard a few rumors there might be a Shield reunion at some point. So that could play a factor in one of these events too. But I'm going with SmackDown just because my thought on that is that they're trying to get publicity on SmackDown right now. Plus, The Undertaker returned this past week.
Oh, that was my thinking for Raw winning too. Was that Undertaker said if you guys lose, you guys are gonna have to pay the wrath of me. Well, I think that'd be a nice segue for Undertaker to come in and start beating down all these guys.
So that's the only reason I'm going. This one is kind of tough because it could go either way, honestly. I'm just, like I said, I'm choosing Team SmackDown simply for the fact that I think they want to bring some more publicity to SmackDown. Shane O'Mac always puts on a show for everybody, so I'm thinking he's going to do something super crazy, of course, because that's what he's known for. So. Yep. Team SmackDown for me, Team Raw for Rose.
Gotcha. Now it is time.
That's right. Now we can glorify this next match. The return. Well, let's go. We'll show you the other guy first again. Brock Lesnar.
My client, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, basically Goldberg told Heyman to just shut up this week. He didn't want to hear his mouth yap, and this was between him and Brock Lesnar. So, that's right, folks. You heard me say it. It is the return of the man, Goldberg! Goldberg! Goldberg!
Tim's favorite wrestler of all time.
Yes, my all-time favorite wrestlers. My other favorite is Hulk Hogan, but Hogan was always a favorite when I grew up with Hogan. But I also kind of grew up with Goldberg, so a lot of people say, "Oh, Goldberg's horrible." My buddy Josh, he's not a big fan of Goldberg, but dude, I love Goldberg. What are you going with, Rose?
I gotta go with Goldberg.
I'm going with Goldberg. I'm thinking that he's going to get it done. He was saying this week how much it burns Brock Lesnar's that he has not been conquered. He is not under his conquering record. And he says he will. Goldberg says he's going to use that ammo against Brock Lesnar. So
I see this setting up, I think, a couple more matches. I don't think this is going to be a one and done between these two. I think it's going to be the how I think last year it was Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. They had a few fights last year. I think it's going to be a few fights between these two guys.
actually, I'm hearing that we're going to see the return of The Rock.
Ooh.
And that's going to lead to a feud between The Rock and Brock Lesnar. So,
Ooh.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, either way, I'd be okay with both of those. That's
As long as Goldberg wins clean, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
I want Goldberg to kick his butt is what I want. Just like he did the first time around. And I really feel like I'm a bit surprised they didn't bring back Stone Cold as special referee again for this one.
They should, yeah. That's it for your wrestling sheet. The rest of the pay-per-view looks this way. There's Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. The women's 5-on-5. For Team Raw, it is Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Bayley, and Alicia Fox. For Team SmackDown, it's Carmella, Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, what's her name? Alexa Bliss, and Cameron, I believe was her name. Oh, shoot.
So who do you think is going to win this one?
I don't know. I see issues between Sasha Banks and Charlotte and Bayley, those three.
Right. Both these teams have all women that don't get along.
No. So, yeah, it's a toss-up. There's Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch. They don't get along. You got Nikki Bella, who doesn't really get along with anybody. And then Carmella and Nikki Bella don't get along. My guess is I think Team Raw is going to win that one because they have Charlotte. Plus, they've been doing that Charlotte winning pay-per-view streak. So that's my thought on that one. There's the...
they have crowd favorite Bayley, so...
Yeah. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. 10-on-10 traditional Survivor Series tag match. This is a huge one. Let's see if I can do this because this is... I mean, they have them all crammed into one picture. You know what? I'm not even going to go over everybody because there's so many of them there. And that one I don't think is going to be that great of a match anyways. This one is Intercontinental Championship match. The Miz, who is on SmackDown, versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. So if Sami Zayn wins, the Intercontinental belt comes to Raw.
Which it's going to. They just set that up so he could win. I'm basically sure of it.
Well, I think the reason they did that was because they didn't want a babyface to take the title from a babyface.
Right.
I don't know, that whole bad guy versus good guy kind of a thing always comes into play. And then this is another huge one. The Cruiserweight Champion, the Brian Kendrick, versus Kalisto. If Kalisto does win the Cruiserweight belt, SmackDown Live gets the entire Cruiserweight division.
And I've heard that's going to happen, so...
Yep. And that's it for that pay-per-view. So, and it's probably going to wrap us up tonight because this is a long, long show tonight. So...
Do we have any details for you guys? You want to give them something?
Something? Something there.
Is there anything big happening right now that we should mention?
Well,
let's mention, this is huge. I mean, ESPN, the road crew, is going to be at the Western Michigan game, and that's the first time in many years that the MAC has actually had representation as far as ESPN College Game Day goes. So they're encouraging as many people to come out as they can for that, and I plan on watching that one. So.
Sorry, I gotta.
If nothing jumps out at you, Rose, that's cool.
I'm not even up there on that page yet. I'm going as fast as I can, Captain.
Let's see. We'll give you some. See if I have anything for you real quick, like here, guys.
At a cross-country meet, I don't know where, a deer ran. It was like a herd of deer ran through a cross-country meet and actually hit one of the cross-country things. The video's up on the Facebook page.
Oh, congratulations to, speaking of wrestling, we'll give you some wrestling to go out with. Shawn Michaels is the new head coach of the Performance Center. And that is the division that's actually below NXT. This is where the guys actually come in and actually start training, and then they get, like, chances on NXT. So, good old Shawn Michaels is back in action once again.
Continuing on with wrestling news, it's been being reported that WCW legend Vader, he was also in WWE. The doctors say he has is having heart failure, and they're predicting he only has about 2 years left to live.
Oh wow!
You were talking earlier about the 3 teams that are fighting for the Big Ten championship, and this is all hypothetical ifs and whens and all that right now. One of the teams is Penn State. In order for Penn State to win the Big Ten championship, Indiana has to beat Michigan, or Ohio State beats Michigan, and Penn State has to beat Rutgers and Michigan State. For Michigan to win the Big Ten championship, they just have to beat Indiana and Ohio State. For Ohio State to win the Big Ten championship, they have to beat Michigan and Michigan State, and they need Rutgers or Michigan State to beat Penn State. So that's the kind of what it looks like in order for Big Ten championship. Posted a funny picture up on our Facebook page of high school pictures of Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. They're side-by-side images. They look kind of funny. Seen them both back then.
All right, well, that's probably good, Rose. We don't want to...
You get me going on a rhythm, and then you just want me to stop, then you want me to go, you want me to stop, you want me to go.
Go ahead then. What else you got for us?
That's it, actually.
All right, everybody. Well, that is bringing our show to a close for this week. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone.
And I'm Jamie.
Hold on. Let me tune you in here for the Facebook audience as well. That's Jamie.
That's me. And like tradition, we always go out with the greatest fight song of them all.
If you know it, sing it with us loud and proud.
Have a great weekend, everybody. We will be bringing you the recap show Tuesday.
And well, yeah, we'll be bringing you a recap show Tuesday, but I'm trying to think. Some programs won't be in session all week next week, so some of you will have to catch it on the Facebook page as well. So we will get a recap show done for you guys, I promise. There also will not be a Frenzy show next week due to the holidays.
Thanksgiving. So
yes.
Enjoy that turkey. Enjoy watching the Lions play on Thanksgiving. And go blue.
That's right. Go blue. Take care, everybody. We'll see you again real soon.